Well, I have about 16. Well, based on the settings that I'm recording at, I have about 16 minutes left on this SD card. So I figured I might as well try to use the last of it before I got a new one. And I figured today, instead of a drive, I'll talk before I drive. We're still gonna hit the gym, and I'm still gonna get some gym footage, but I just wanted to change it up a bit, you know. Well, we did get the new protein in, so I already tried it this morning. So unflavored is not exactly unflavored. It tastes like milk. If you put enough in water, it's okay. I haven't tried it with milk yet, so I'm gonna do that later today. But with the water, I did mix it with some cocoa powder just to give it that chocolate taste. But here, let me get it to you guys real quick. So the collagen peptide protein that I picked up was from a brand called Vital Proteins. Yeah, this one's unflavored. It has about 20 grams per ounce, or per, not per ounce, sorry, per 20. It's about 1 gram of protein per gram of actual like weight. It says 4 tablespoons is about 20 grams, and 4 tablespoons is about an ounce. And then the the hydroxylated. I'm kidding. The hydrolyzed uh, whey protein. The brand is it's called Muscle Feast, and it's sourced from grass-fed and growth hormone-free cows. Don't know how true that is, but we'll find out, right? Now there is. I'm not sure if this is collagen concentrate, isolate, or if this is hydrolyzed as well. Like I said, all of those are like different processes. Like concentrate, like whey concentrate, for example, being like the cheapest way. And I believe if you want to look at it in the simplest way possible, it's how filtered is it exactly. So like whey concentrate, for example, is still going to have some of the remnants of like the cheese that it's either cheese or the milk that it's sourced from. So whey concentrate normally you're going to see have a higher either carb or fat percentage in comparison to whey isolate, right? So whey isolate, like as the word includes in there, it's isolating the whey. So you're taking more of like the milk out. Now it's still not completely lactose free, right? And hydrolyzed is sort of the, I guess what they call the ultimate filtered process. So like it's completely pulled out, and then I mean the process of like hydrolyzation, it's something where they either remove or add water molecules to it. Hence that, hence that process. And I don't know if that's because I was reading online that you still want some of the stuff that gets taken out when it gets hydrolyzed, right? Like you don't want to completely go away isolate, nor do you want to go completely hydrolyzed way either. Like there are there are studies that show if you do like a tri blend, and there are brands that do tri blends as well. And I'll look further into that. I just found that out the other day. But yeah, so you do the whole tri blend thing, and you sort of get best of everything. And that's sort of what my thought process or my logic was when I picked up the collagen protein. Originally, I was thinking maybe I could do one or the other, but if you mix both of them, you are getting best of both worlds, really. Well, one, because, and it even says it right here on the bottle, or not on the bottle, sorry, on the tub, that collagen, where does it say that? Yeah, collagen is not a complete protein. It doesn't have, it has 8 of the 9 branched chain amino acids, BCAAs for short, whereas whey has all 9 of them. So, however, like I said the other day, collagen helps with the muscle repair as well as it promotes healthy joints and bones. That um, that's not in whey. So why not have the best of both worlds, you know? But we're gonna try this for the next 2 weeks. I have more than enough supply to last more than 2 weeks. I'm just saying 2 weeks because that's how long the time is before we go to our next check-in. So we're gonna do our check-in today. By the way, today is day 60. I said it yesterday. For some reason, I thought it was day 58. I must have been, yeah, I don't know where my head was at. So I apologize. But today is day 60. And I think I'm going to go get scanned today. Just because I'm really, really curious. And I'm already out of the isopures. So I figured I might as well get a read of where I'm at before I go ahead and start this stuff. And I'm already going to be starting this stuff today. So I think it's justified to get scanned. But we're going to do that later. We're going to get into the workouts now. I just finished drinking this. I'm going to stretch a bit and then we're going to head over to the gym and get some workouts in. Today is shoulders and arms. I want to focus more on, and I was talking to No Content about this, on the sets that I'm doing for some of my exercises, because I do notice that, for example, like on leg day, I do a glute press and some variation of like a leg press, right? So those are 2 presses for a total of like 8 sets. And that's normally the range, at least for me, that I would like to do, because that's what gives my muscles fatigue. It provides enough stimulation to have me feel like I got a good workout in that day. Whereas the calf raises, for example, it's part of my leg day, but I only do 4 sets of that. So essentially, I'm only doing half the amount as compared to the press movements that I'm doing on my legs. So I think I want to up the sets. I don't know if I want to up it to like a full 8. Like doing 8 sets of calf raises, for example, doesn't sound fun. And I definitely don't want to do 2 times. Like I do a set of 4 and then another set of 4 calf raises. So I think what I'm going to try to do is either instead of doing the same calf raise movement, I'll do like 2 different machines. And there's 2 different calf machines at the gym. So I think I'll try doing that. And then otherwise, I'll add 2 more sets for today and then add calves on maybe like back day or something, just as like a quick set of 4 or even like a set of 2 just to throw in the reps. But it's going to be like a really, really heavy 2. But that's kind of where I'm at in terms of that. And based on like a study that I was watching, I'm not sure if it was Mike Israetel or if it was Andy Galpin, but they were talking about knowing the right rep and set amount to do in order to promote the in order to A, promote muscle stimulation, B, achieve hypertrophy if you want it, or if that's what you're looking for, and then C, increase your strength. But then that sort of differs for everybody. And Sam Sulek also had a good way of explaining this, to where if you look at, and this can either be for a session or your total sessions or your total amount over the span of like 7 or 8 days, right? And the way he put it was, if you picture your reps or the amount of reps that you do on a scale of like 0 being like no gains to 1,000, because at that point it's kind of diminishing. Somewhere in between that is perfection. So and it's different for everybody. So finding that sort of is what makes the journey a little fun. And that's sort of, I guess, where I was going at with this, is that I'm trying to find perfection for specifically those exercises that are, I mean, I wouldn't say like looked over, but just not concentrated or not prioritized as much as it should have been in my mind and in my workouts, is all I'm saying. And for those and for that, those exercises are the bicep curls, isolated triceps, calf raises, and I mean, heck, even the abductors. I could throw in maybe six sets of each of those versus like the 4 and 4 for the adductor ins and outs. And possibly even leg curls, because I know I only do 4 sets of those, and I'm only doing that once every 4 days. So I could turn that up as well. And I'm bringing up like leg examples as if like now I'm like, oh dang, I want to do that. But it's not even leg day. It's shoulders and arms. Shoulders and arms, though, I do have bicep curls and isolated triceps on these, so I am going to increase my reps there. All right, I'll stop yapping now. I'll see y'all at the gym, and let's get right to it. Mic should be on. But note to self. Yeah, note to self. We probably shouldn't go to the gym on a weekend closer to the afternoon. I ended up staying at home for a little bit, hung out with the doggo. Oh, and a correction. I know I mentioned yesterday, that dogs love peanut butter. But thank you again, No Content Man. Big shout out to you. Please look out for the ingredient xylitol, as it is very, very, very lethal for dogs. More lethal than chocolate. Cool. I feel like yesterday, or these last couple of days, I've been talking about ways to manipulate exercises to get the most out of your workout. And I kept saying like, well, first off, what are your goals? And I never really went over mine. That was the last set there. But it's gonna be another audible day depending on like what's available. I really want to get to like shoulder presses, but out of all the machines and free weights that are available, they're all taken. So we'll see. Oh, so I totally thought I was on the shoulder press, and I totally thought that I was recording. Which obviously I wasn't. Man, I was talking about something really good too. But I was continuing to talk about excuse me, my goals or my body type goal. And in terms of weight, it's hard to put a goal on the weight just because right now I'm at like if we do like just basic math, if I'm losing about a pound of fat a week and only gaining a quarter pound of muscle, realistically per week, even at what I'm doing right now, I'm losing 0.75 pounds just by that math. Obviously there's going to be like fluctuations because of the water weight. But I mean, if that is the case, then that means I'm losing, like, realistically, because I want to lose, or I want to get to sub 10. And that might be, or that might make great content, for after this 100-day challenge, is a road to sub 10. Because if it's about a pound a week and I want to lose 15 pounds, because if I'm 30 pounds of muscle or 30 pounds of fat right now and I'm 18% and I want to get to 9%, that's technically halving it, right? So 15 pounds, if I'm losing a pound a week, well, 0.75 of that, so like probably like 12. I'll lose 12 pounds in 15 weeks because in consideration to the muscle mass I'm gaining. So yeah, I might go longer than that, which I think that'd be pretty good content if we keep this going. But yeah, so I mean, that's the goal right now, is to get to sub 10, which is, requiring me to lose 15 pounds of body fat. And then from there, I feel like I'll have like a clean slate to start trying to gain, or set the goal to gain mass. But I think before I want to gain mass, I want to cap out on as much strength at that weight as possible. We're gonna try to look for the next machine. I think I want to do some raises, so I'll try to find either a deltoid raise, or we might do the dumbbells or a wire. I saw this on Instagram somewhere, where if you put the angle just a little higher on these cable side lateral raises, there's more tension at the bottom. And they were right. It's a lot more tiring for sure doing it this way. Holy cow. And then on the top of on the talk of capping strength at the weight that I'm on before moving up, a good example of someone that's really, really good at that is it's an influencer. His name is Vladimir Shmodenko. You might know him as Anatoly. He goes around different gyms impersonating a janitor, and he ends up like outlifting people, you know, double, triple his size. And I forget which video I saw that talks about this strength versus hypertrophy. Yeah, we'll keep it there. And hypertrophy in its purest form is basically the gaining of like muscle mass, right? And I believe the way it was explained was the way it was explained was that in order to gain mass, you kind of need strength. And it goes sort of hand in hand. However, in order to gain strength, you don't necessarily need mass. So in a perfect world, I'd love to be the weight I am right now, but be able to lift and do the same weights as people like triple my size. That sounds like a dream. It's attainable, but it's definitely not going to be easy. I think we're going to do one more of these. And I'll check my phone to see what else we have on the menu. It hasn't really slowed down either, but we're able to get to the machine, so it's pretty good. All right, let's go. All right. I'll check the phone and I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Oh, sound check. All right, so we right after the side lateral raises, I had the upright rows out when I checked my phone, and I figured I might as well stay on the same machine. But I didn't want to keep my camera on. So we did the upright rows right now, and we still have like the front and deltoid raises. I wanted to do deltoid raises, but the machine was taken. That was 70, I think. That
I'm probably just gonna record this one, just so we, keep things under 30 minutes, or that's like the new goal. If I can get, I'm pretty sure if I'll be able to get the deltoid raises, but if I get there, we'll get some footage of that too. But I'll cut this one right here. Whew. Oh, jeez. We were able to get to the front lateral raises, but yeah, it's a lot of people standing around, and I didn't really feel comfortable placing the tripod anywhere without making people feel uncomfortable. My shoulders are pretty shot. Whew. I think instead of the walk-off, as soon as I'm done with these, I'm going to, just had to make sure, I'm going to go get the scan, and then I will record a video at home, just sort of like recapping where I was 2 weeks ago and where I'm at today. But we'll get one more on camera. We'll get one more. So I know some of y'all are like, is he really doing 4 sets? Every movement? Well, you know I'm doing at least 2. Yeah, 2 more of those bad boys, and I'll see y'all at the house.
All righty. Oh, what time is it? Yeah. As soon as I finished the gym, I got pretty busy, and we ran around town for a little bit. Had to get some stuff. I got an external hard drive so that I could store all of the videos that are both on my PC as well as the SD card in my camera. So now all of my content's gonna have like a home where I could sit, and I won't have to worry about buying like another SD card or anything like that. So we got that today, and then we got our scan. Let me start off first just by saying I am super, I am super happy with where we're at. So here it is, the scoop. From the last time I checked in, my weight was 165.2. My skeletal muscle mass was 76.5, and my body fat percentage was 18.5. Today, when I got checked in, my weight is now 166.6. So the 167 that I did on the scale today was, I'd say, pretty accurate. But skeletal muscle mass from 76.5, we're at 78.3. So nearly like a 2-pound gain. And body fat percentage from 18.5, we're at 17.6. I'm trying to see where most of the mass was gained, and most of it looks like it was on my legs, uh, which makes sense. I was putting a lot more into like my squats, and I was doing like an extra movement. So I think for these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna double down on working out my legs just a little harder. That way, when I get checked in for the last check-in, I'll have, at least in my mind, the most efficient amount of muscle gained over the next 2 weeks, so that I have, or so all of that can be considered when they're summing up the points for whether it's my body fat that I've lost or the muscle mass that I've gained. And when I went to the nutrition shop today, the guy was pretty surprised by my results. But I mean, I'm not gonna try to have that make me optimistic. He could be telling everyone that they're doing so well. But I am hoping that I'm doing better than average. In no means am I wishing I could have been at like 17%. The fact that I even gained 2 pounds of muscle mass, which means I gained about a pound a week, which is insane. Yeah, that's just crazy. Because from the first time I checked in, I was at 76.7 skeletal muscle mass, and then after the 2 weeks, I dropped like almost a full pound. So 76.7 to 75.6, and then 2 weeks ago I was at 76.5, and today I'm at 78.3. But yeah, all in all, the numbers are going in the right direction. So whatever it is that we're doing right now, it is absolutely working. I did pick up, what is this thing? I picked up some non-stim pre-workout, just because, I didn't want to buy any protein anymore because I already bought some, but I just wanted to take advantage of the discount for the day. So I did a bit of an impulse buy, you can say, and the brand is Bucked Up. It's considered non-stimulant, so it doesn't have like caffeine or ginseng or anything else that's supposed to get you like kind of wired, but it has a lot of vitamin B12. It's got beta-alanine, citrulline malate, taurine, Himalayan rock salt, which is kind of weird. I guess that helps. Deer antler velvet extract. Yeah, we're gonna give this a try tomorrow. It's a raspberry lime. The reason I bought this the main reason is because it is a raspberry lime flavor, and I was hoping that I could put this in with my protein mix that I'm gonna be drinking for breakfast moving forward, in hopes of like adding some flavor, because I did try to drink the protein just by itself with like some water. Ooh. That was kind of interesting. So I did go to my local. It's almost like a store for like small business owners, where they sell stuff just at a bigger amount than usual, right? Like a bigger serving size than your normal like household that you would buy. So like this, for example, is like an industry size Ghirardelli. So I'm gonna be trying this stuff, putting in like a scoop of this with the powder in hopes of making it taste chocolatey. And this one is a powdered peanut butter. And yeah, my intention is the same thing, in hopes of just trying to make them different flavored, to keep my brain and my, me interested in taking the shakes, because that's one of the first things I know for sure as to why people like sort of stop going this route and just buying the pre-made, is because it gets so mundane and so repetitive, all of the flavors, which is sort of why I went unflavored, because I wanted to have control of what the flavors are going to be like. And last but not least, this I'm such a nerd when it comes to like, and obviously if you're looking on Amazon, you're eventually going to find one of these novelty items that you absolutely don't fucking need. But it does look pretty cool. So it is a blender bottle. However, instead of shaking it, I press a button and it mixes it inside. Supposedly it can mix bananas too, which is pretty interesting. I'll see how this thing does. I don't see it being that sturdy or that long lasting, so we'll see. I do like the fact that I could sort of open the bottom so I could clean both ends. That's always been like my biggest fear is not being able to wash the very, very bottom, and that's sort of like where the smell comes from with having like things like this. But we'll see how this goes. It's about 20 fluid ounces. 16 of that right here is perfect for me because that's a full pint of water. And I kind of plan on using this as like my everyday drinking glass, just so I could have an accurate measurement of 16 ounces. But I'm gonna make a shake right now, and then the lady and I are gonna have some dinner tonight, to which I'll probably start editing after. The 30-minute videos have been going really, really well. There's enough time for me to export everything, edit, and enough time overnight to upload so that, you know, come the morning, it's already on there for everyone to enjoy and watch. So we're gonna be sticking with that format, and tomorrow we're gonna be working out with the lady, guest star. Yes, ma'am. So that's all for tonight. Hope y'all like the results. I'm definitely in love with them, and I cannot wait to see where we're going to be at after these next 2 weeks. Peace.